Hey YouTube, Daniel here from the home of Random Productions 2.0 with a Minecraft World video update. Formerly played on the Xbox One, now played on the Realm using the Windows 10 edition on the computer. As you guys got to see over the last little while, I've ported this world that I've had since April 2014 onto a Realm, and that has given the advantage to people that I've invited to be able to play whenever they like to play. That being said, my sister has played a lot and has modified the world a lot in terms of the structure of the land. Also, we've been fiddling with different texture packs because I just found out that the plastic world was kind of hurting people's eyes. Currently, we're just fiddled with this Hattori craft. Sorry if I said that wrong. It's kind of cool. The glass is a little different than what I'm used to, but it's more tailored to that other side. Here is what you all have gotten to know over the years. Is the wooden village. Very different in terms of the land around it. The water, majority of it's gone, and this has allowed for us to be able to build more. That's one of the tunnels. This will get eventually filled in with water. So kudos to my sister for that. And of course, there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of filling areas and putting water back and whatnot. But I feel like it's best to give you guys a world update as I've been off the charts with that, fiddling with my fire alarm systems. So nothing too much here, just the land structure. I won't get into too much of the tunnels, as in my last video I explained to you how my complete failure of the of this total world evacuation alarm system failed. That's cool. I didn't even look at the bed. This texture pack's not too bad, actually. That's neat. We did get the opportunity to make tunnels that were taller, so that's one good thing. Because Jennifer, my sister, dug out majority of above and below, and we were able to kind of either raise the tunnels or lower them, whatever the case might be, although it does take away from the original aesthetics of the world, and I can go with that. But much like modern society where cities and towns and countries and things like that are developing, so are the structure of their areas. That's that. You got any more? This is the glass tunnel that goes from the gold's different in this. It's a different structure. This is the glass tunnel that once upon a time was underwater, and I believe it will be underwater at some point. The only difference is now there's like different stations. I definitely have to fiddle a lot more with the areas that have now stations and walkways. I haven't really fiddled too much, but like a lot more walkways, easier to navigate. I definitely want to put more signs to direct the flow of traffic and people to know where they're going in the events. This I think will become full of water, and I guess there's no road leading here yet, but for those of you who are familiar, this is the 5 Days of Stranger house, and that's, well, of course, the texture pack also changes the aesthetics of the blocks to go from what the original was, but that's okay. That kind of looks cool in its own self. And there's the Random Productions studio, introduction studio, I should say. Here's that road I built a while back, but now it's obviously a little different. It's more lower, a lot of more building room. There's Steven's tall building, which I believe he was working on making it like one of those escape room challenge type things. What I would do here is put a button, and this would change your character to survival, and so hopefully he gets back into building that soon. Steven also did build Jason Voorhees. That's kind of cool. I actually was in the plan of processing to put the Camp Crystal Lake from the Nintendo Entertainment System game right here, just waiting on my sister to clear the land. She's gotten very good at clearing the land. I know the fill tool in itself isn't cheap, but to be honest, if we were to devote all our time to just decluttering all these mountains and getting rid of them and stuff, we just wouldn't have enough time to play. And also that gets a little repetitive, and sometimes that's why I get burnt out of playing Minecraft. It's the repetitiveness, and I sometimes don't care for things that repeat themselves too much. The road here ends. This is that road that there was a road here that I originally built straight through, which it still remains here, but of course this is going to change in itself. There's like the Sand Temple house, and whatnot. So that's this is going to eventually be changed along with all this here. Of course, I'm backtracking a little bit. Here's where the original start of prototype for that fire alarm system is. I'm probably going to decommission this as this area is going to be cleared out to be more land friendly. It's more about making things flat land so people can build and not have to worry about, but also keeping more in the back front the aesthetics of the trees and the forest and the different deserty areas. There's so much to see, a lot of updates. Here, for those of you who are familiar with this, is the New Year's Eve 2021 building we built for New Year's Eve, and I guess this will be the new room we use permanently. Here's the Sand Village. I don't think much has changed here, besides maybe on the hill, which I think you guys had to see before, was like an Arnina project that she did a while ago, and probably hasn't come back to finish it. That's for here. Again, I won't get into the tunnels. I will scrounge over. As you can see, here is like the glowstone tunnel, the white tunnel, and everything for the most part has been exposed, of course, to help make it taller so it's not so cramped. And I thank my sister for her patience, because I don't have patience for that kind of stuff. Actually, coming from an aesthetics perspective, none of this probably would have happened if it wasn't for her focusing on clearing the land and making it flat and stuff, because I want to just get into the electronics and the builds and stuff. Here's the Stone Temple house thing, I guess. So again, everything's like so exposed in terms of the tunnels and height wise, and just aesthetically. This is that tunnel that leads to my cousin's crazy roller coaster. See, everything's just exposed. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. I actually, at one point when I did the total fire alarm Total World system, it actually stopped here with the bells, and that's when I realized we were gonna have a lot of difficulty as the game's rendering points don't work out. This here in itself is completely different too. For those of you who recognize this area, it's like the house I live in. This is the Lewis's Poontang building, Pereira's building, the Memorial building, and my old house. So yeah, here's different. Not too different. Maybe for the most part, all the water is gone and a little bit more structure for the land. Over here is completely different in itself. This has all become flatline. We got a little fountain now that's done. Over here, it didn't make sense from what Jen was saying to have just the road that came across here to just stop. So she just made like an underground parking garage that you would park your car and go visit Steven's building. I'm assuming this is like the second story. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool in itself. No electronics, nothing in here, just basic redstone glow sea lantern power for lighting, and that's about it. Yeah, that's all I can think of for this area. Oh yeah, and my testing site has definitely became different. Oh, on an unrelated note, I actually fiddled a little bit more with the fire alarm system because I'm doing those tutorial videos, and I actually made doors that open and close depending on the state of the system. So if the fire alarm is active, for example, like in an institutional perspective, like a hospital, usually stairwell doors are not accessible unless the fire alarm is active, or if you're a staff member who has like a key fob or code. So I did this. So, and also these are like corridor doors that, if it's a long corridor, they usually have divider doors to separate zones for more fast evacuation. Instead of evacuating a whole floor, you only have to evacuate half a floor. But check how this works. See when the alarm goes off. Oh. There you go. This door will close. Boom. Right. And now the stairwell is accessible, right? And if I reset the system, right, door will open, and I can't exit the stairwell. So I'll get back on my tutorial on that. So this has been cleaned up, and majority of this is now going to become like a warehouse where like all my testing circuits will be put in here. Right here, this build right here is a game that I've played on the GameCube called Insanity Requiem or Darkness. So that's a cool game. You guys need to check that one out too. So much like the 5 Days of Stranger, this is going to become my Halloween special for 2021. What else we got? These roads have changed a lot in itself. I believe Jennifer is waiting on Emily, one of Zoe's best friends, to build a bridge here. So right here, that's about that. This in itself has changed. Justin, a good buddy of mine, he's been playing a lot too. And this is supposed to be like a McDonald's warehouse. I will give you a tour of that when it's complete. Oh, the Home Depot roof has changed colors with this texture pack. So this is McDonald's warehouse. Here's Home Depot. That's the prison. Nothing's really changed in there. We got Starbucks. We got, I think that's a McDonald's. Some anime building thingy. Church. So I for the most part, you guys seen a little bit of this stuff. I still haven't really fully got into like individual tours, but I will definitely get into that at some point when I'm done majority of my projects. What in the is that? I've never seen this before. Oh, this is that house Zoe was building along with Alyssa last year. So yeah, not much has changed here. Just again, like the land and a lot more grass. A lot more areas to build. I definitely will have to do a lot of cross-referencing in my upcoming videos of kind of showing you the befores and afters to get an idea, a perspective as to what everything looked like before, and to go from there. Well, we're back at where we started for the most part, and I definitely will have to catch you guys on the next video. As always, if you ever would love to come and game with us, feel free to send us a message, and I can definitely consider it an option to invite you into the realm. In addition to that, if you need help with any redstone circuits, such as the fire alarm system that I've built, which noted is not modded by no means. It's the only thing that's different is the command block being your addressable part. But for the most part, it's all done by redstone circuits. No mods are required. So if you need help with that, like I say, in survival, feel free to collect all the material I need and put it in a spot and I'll build. Or in creative, just let me know as well. Alright, well, thank you for watching this world update, and stay tuned. As always, if you can, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the we'll see you on the next one. Daniel out. Bye for now.